Today, we bring to the table a very funny comedian, Fumi Abe. He's very funny, very talented. I'm very excited to introduce you all to him if you don't know him already. I'm very much looking forward to recollecting the time that he opened for me in Hawaii. I won't tell you what happened, but I'm very excited to break that open because I think he was a little surprised at what happened there, and I was, and I want to get to the bottom of it. He's a very smart, very conscientious comedian. He's really funny. You're going to enjoy this conversation very much, and I think it's really great when you get to see people who you see for the first time and you think are really funny, and then a year goes by and it's like, no, everybody's starting to think that this person is very funny. It's not an unusual thing, but it's a great thing when you see people who love comedy and pour everything into it, and the comedy just keeps getting better. He's going to be one to watch for sure. So enjoy my conversation with Fumi Abe. It's breaking bread. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I made you some bread.
This is real.
This
is
real. That's your bread now.
I didn't know.
It's no longer mine. It is yours
That's how
now.
bread works. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
That's the process of bread.
What kind of bread? Is it sourdough?
It is sourdough. A country loaf.
It's beautiful.
Right?
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, well, it's yours now.
Do you, do I eat it now, or do we look at it and do we?
Like I said, it's out of my hands. Most people take it home. We have a bag for you.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
And let us know how you like it.
Well, thank you for making it. I was just like listening to like an episode of yours just to get the vibe of the show. And
yeah.
You were interviewing Nick Swartz, and you're like, I just got home from the road, and I didn't want to make bread, and you didn't like make it. Or like he couldn't eat it, but then you were like,
oh, he let me off the hook.
But also you were like, I couldn't have made it anyways because I was on the road. Man,
I was really concerned. Like usually the timing, because you got to feed the starter a couple days before you bake it, and it's a whole thing. And I didn't get it done. And then he texted me from the road and said, "Just so you know, I don't eat bread."
Yeah, but this is, I mean, the time you put into this is amazing.
Yeah,
and I feel like I don't even know you that well. This is like really, this is like
well,
a lot.
we've only been together once
in Hawaii.
In Hawaii,
yeah.
This is really the whole reason I'm having you on, other than you being a funny comedian.
It's because you're going to Hawaii again.
Is so we can go to Hawaii again. No, this is my recollection of our Hawaii trip.
Okay.
I was playing in Hawaii, the Hawaii Theater in Oahu, and my tour manager Madeline was like, "Oh, I know someone who'd be great to open for that show," and so we did it. And this is how I see if this is how you would encapsulate what that show was. You were like, "These people are older than I thought they were going to be."
I said that to you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Are you serious?
I think you said it on stage. you were telling your jokes about dating or something, like, or being on Hinge or something, and you were like, I think these people are older than I thought they were going to be. And then at the end, and then we made you. My wife was there, and we made you come to dinner with us. And I felt like you and Madeline the whole time were like, we're having to eat with the grown-ups, but we really rather be at the club.
That's so funny. By the way, I mean, I'm just the rudest opener. I was so it's really, I wasn't
It
trying
wasn't
to,
rude. It
I
was
had
just
no
like,
agenda.
it was just, I think that's just the way it went down.
I just have ADHD and I just say things without really thinking about it, which like works in my favor a lot of times, except for that moment where I just completely insulted the people who came to see you. That's insane that I said that. I guess because it was Hawaii, I was like, gonna be like cool, like Asian-y people.
Yeah, cool young Asian people.
No, they were not.
No, they were older white people.
And that's and they're there too in Hawaii.
And families, little kids and stuff. And you were like, oh, all right. And then at the end, you were like, I really want to go drink this off. And you had to sit at dinner with us like grown people.
I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it. We did do something crazy after you guys left.
You did.
I don't know if she told you that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. But
you can say.
Well, we like went to, so like I had brought some friends to that show from college, And we like after we did dinner, they live in Hawaii. They moved there during COVID, and so they like made a lot of friends. In the Honolulu is very small. Everybody kind of know each other. It's also a very transit city, so people come in and out. And they knew some people who like own some bars, so we like went there and like drank for free. And then they were also investors in this like strip club or something, which I didn't even know they had that in Hawaii. So I just went with your tour manager to the strip club.
What? I never heard that.
It was crazy. It wasn't just me and her. It was like a bunch of other people. But like, you know.
All right. So this confirms the vibe at dinner.
Yeah.
Which was like, we could be here eating, listening to Tom's story about his kids, or we could be at a strip club
like
with people who are younger than his kids.
But I'm not that young. You know. I'm
How old are you?
I'm 36, man.
36? Oh, you're getting old.
Yeah, I'm up there.
How long you been doing stand-up?
I started when I was 24. So
Oh,
for
nice.
like 12 years.
Nice.
I was just thinking about it. It's a third of my life, which is
Yeah.
a big. I almost don't even count the first third. It's like 0 to 12. It's like you don't even know who you are. You're just going to school.
But in the same regard, you really don't even count the first 4 years of comedy either.
That's true. Yes, I was
Right?
absolutely terrible
In the beginning, and it's so infrequent that you go up, right? Like it's so hard to get gigs and get on stage. And, you know, people say like, well, you started whenever. And it's like those first couple of years were pretty sporadic.
Brutal, absolutely brutal.
Yeah. Where did you start?
Started in New York.
Oh, you were in New York.
I grew up there. It was interesting. It's interesting because like I'm not like that old, but I'm still old enough to have done stand up before like TikTok and stuff.
Right.
We were the last class of comedians to do that. Like for a good, my first, I guess 6 years, we were all just like, how do you get famous? Like we didn't know. Like there was no way to do it.
No path.
There was no path unless you were like chosen to do like a Comedy Central half hour. But even then, it's like you do it and then like it's not like the world changes for you. Maybe you're selling more tickets at the club. I don't know, but I don't know what the impact of that was. Like when you were coming up, but that was like all we had.
That was it. It
Late
was
night, half hour.
Right. Gatekeepers.
Yeah, a lot of gatekeepers.
People had to tell you whether you were allowed to do these things.
Yeah, like JFL and stuff like that.
Right.
And now it's just like the other way around. It's like I think all the writers and the creators, we have like kind of all the power if you can, you know, amass your own audience. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah, and just put it out there. I remember I was at the Comedy Cellar and there was a couple comedians I didn't know, younger comics, and I heard them talking, and one guy said, it's not even about the spots. It's just about the clips. It's just about the clips.
They said that at the Cellar?
At the Cellar.
That's so sad, man.
And he was like, it was all about where you're going to put your camera. What are you going to do? And it was just like, that's the whole game is just get the clips.
Yeah.
And it was about doing crowd work and getting the clips. It wasn't about working on the jokes.
Yeah.
And I was like, of course, I was like, oh boy, this is not good. This is all changed. But the other side of it was they're right. You know, you have this ability. You know, it's weird because it's on the same stage where you have real artists trying to do stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it does just totally change.
Yeah, I go back and forth on that. Like, I do understand the importance of like trying to amass an audience because it gives you more freedom. But I still don't really know how to like I'm at this point where like if I write a banger new joke, do I release it in hopes that I get new fans and sell tickets,
right?
Or do I save it so when you come see me you haven't heard it before? I don't know.
Right.
I don't have. I feel like I just have to do it. I just have to post it because I don't feel like I have a choice really because
that is your
that might
comedy,
be the one that gets me more fans or something, you know? Like I don't know.
And that is your Comedy Central half hour. That is your Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like you can release this stuff.
Sure, yeah.
So potentially more audience will see it than if you did those shows.
Yeah. So I always have, and I'm also like, I've kind of let go a little bit in terms of, I just realized like people, if they like you, they'll watch a couple clips and they'll come. Or they'll watch you on a Don't Tell set or something, they'll come. So they may have seen maybe up to 5 to 10 minutes of your act.
Right.
Only the super fans will Google every single thing you've done.
And there's like 7 of those.
Yes. And so like those people might come up to me and be like, oh, like same stuff. And it's like, well, you come to every show. You literally come to every show.
Yeah.
You know, I should call the cops. Like in LA, like people
If you brought me 10 new people, I'll give you new material.
Yeah, exactly. So I think about that a lot, but I think as I get older, I'm kind of going back to more like I think what pierces through all this noise is still people who write a lot and a lot of good stuff. And so I'm just trying to get that. I'm never envious of people who blew up online. I'm envious of people who can write a lot really fast. Good stuff.
Right.
And I always go, I want to do that. And that seems to me more of like a pure sense of, not jealousy, but more like aspiration. That seems more pure to me than being bitter about like, oh, so-and-so's clip about like this guy saying something racist went viral. It's like, I can't manufacture that. You know?
Right.
Sorry that my audience isn't like yelling like racial slurs at my shows. It like doesn't happen that often.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was talking to an owner of a club, of a really good club, and I've known him for a long time. And he was talking about this, about how it's so different from when he started. And he's had all the great acts that we know have gone through there. And he said, you know, it was, you would watch somebody and be like, oh, they've got stuff, and they'd come back and their act would be better and they'd have better jokes, and they would just, and it just kind of grew, and it was like this conversation with the audience. And he said now a majority of the people who are selling tickets in his own club are people from crowd work fame.
Yeah.
Where they posted a lot of crowd work, and they just go up and they just kind of shoot the shit, and it's a kind of a crazy audience. It's like they're not like a unified like fan of Fumi. It's just fans of Instagram.
Yeah.
And he said I could tell he was a little crestfallen.
Oh wow.
Because the art that he loved and the reason he started the club isn't happening in his own showroom right now.
Yeah. I don't know if it was because of theater, but you don't really do crowd work, or I guess you can't in that setting because it's too big.
Well, that's what that was a question I had, was how can the kid was selling 5 shows.
Theaters and stuff?
No, in this club.
In this club,
and it's a big club. It's like 300 each show, and he was sold out like 5-6 shows.
Wow.
And they were adding shows. But I was thinking, you could go to a theater, but can you go to a theater? Matt Rife does it on like this big way with like big screens and stuff. But if you're in like an 800-seat theater, 1,000-seat theater, like I feel like when I do talk to the audience for whatever reason, just to break things up, I can feel the boredom in the back. They don't see the guy you're talking to. They don't hear the guy you're talking to.
Yeah.
So why there's that disconnect. If you were purely a crowd work comic, can you do it in those settings?
I'm thinking back to Todd Barry's crowd work special in 2014 or something.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I started in 2014. Before that, I didn't even know the word crowd work. I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
I knew what it was, but I went to his show at the Bell House as like a 23-year-old. It was called the crowd work tour, but I didn't know that word. So I was like, why is he just talking to us the whole time? but Bell House is maybe 400. It is theater-ish. But
right.
Maybe they just lit the crowd up or something. But he did do it. He did do crowd work the whole time.
Yeah.
So I guess it is possible. But to your point, if it's like a not double-decker, 2-floor theater, you can't. Unless you have a camera guy running around with you, which some people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
I think
a weird thing.
Sebastian Maniscalco does that, right? Like they have like cameramen.
Oh, do they?
Like if you talk to the audience, they just so everyone can enjoy it. But that seems like a whole thing.
That's a whole thing.
You got to bring a camera.
You got to be making Maniscalco money.
Yeah.
To have a crew come and do the Jumbotron and the thing. And it's a weird thing because what you're expressing of how you approach comedy, the joy is the writing of it and the performing of it. That's the exploration of you as a person and you as a comic, and that's what makes the thing worth leaving your house at 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
To just go out just to try and amass an audience is I don't know. It's a totally different thing. It's weird because we're comparing it, but it's completely foreign to what we do.
Right.
It just happens to be on the same stages of where we work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tantamount to somebody just coming and juggling on that stage. And you're like, well, I don't do that, but we're both on the same spot.
Yeah. I mean, I think about this stuff too much, and I try to think about it. I think my therapist is sick of hearing me talk about it. That's the thing, is like every comedian's therapist knows like crowd work. They always like jargon now, you know?
Yeah. Well, the audience, when it does work, I mean, when I do talk to them, and if I would go out and sign books afterwards and talk to the audience, the thing that they would bring up most often was whatever I said off the cuff to an audience member. They see it as a magic trick.
Yeah.
They totally see it. They don't realize it's not that difficult to do.
Sure. I
But
also
it gives the perception of being really difficult.
Yeah, and I'm not anti crowd work. I think it's fun to do like a little bit per show. I always just stick it in the middle for fun, or if something happens, of course I'm gonna address it. But like, yeah, I think like getting on stage to sell it to be like, let's see what we got is crazy.
Right?
It's insane.
Yeah.
Especially now, like, you know, when like I think when you first get in, there's like a period where like SD will give you spots, but like you have to kill. You have to.
You have to
until she gets comfortable.
Until 10 years.
Yeah, so
of being
like
there.
just, you know, so I think just like someone like in that stage, it's like I can't even fathom even
Putting it in
I
their
won't even look at my
hands.
phone. I'm just like, I got this in here. I'm locked in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you were starting out, though, it was the old school version of it.
Yeah, open
And then
mics.
you watched it flip.
Yep, open mics like 3 times a night kind of thing. Barking. I barked at McDougal.
Oh, you did? For that other club down the street?
Grizzly Pear.
Grizzly Pear?
Yeah, and the Lantern, which is
yeah.
called something else, so I forget. But
Yeah.
yeah, I did all that. I remember like running into my coworkers on like Friday nights. I was like embarrassed because I used to work in advertising during the
you
day.
did?
Yeah, and then I would like, you know, where people made like regular salaries and stuff, and it's like a Friday, so everybody's like dressed up, going to the bar, and I'm like selling tickets in my hoodie. It was like so mortifying, you know.
That always seems like really hard work.
Yeah, I did
Because nobody
it for,
wants
like,
to talk to you. And then when you say it to the Comedy Cellar comedians who are walking by
the worst.
by mistake
and I
because you
know
don't
them.
recognize
Yeah, I don't
them.
it's so
and you're like, you
embarrassing.
want to go see a show? They're like, dude, I'm a comedian.
Yeah. It's the worst. It's absolutely the worst. Yeah. But, you know, I think when you're new, like, it was the only stage time I was getting with like real people.
Was it fun?
It was fun.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you know when to quit when you're the funniest guy on the show. Because those shows aren't run by like amazing comedians, right? If the
Right.
fact that they have to get barkers means like the people on the bill are like, they're trading for spots or whatever. Like, there's, you know, and they're very nice people, but like you do get to a point you're like, oh, I'm the funniest person on the show and I'm the guy selling tickets. So it's like, I gotta go.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And that's the deal. If you're on the show, you have to sell tickets in those places.
I would like, I think a lot of the ones I did were like free. You
Uh-huh.
just have to buy a drink or something.
Right. And then where was your next step after your barking? What club did you start to make?
I don't know. You know, it's interesting. Like New York had so many opportunities for stage time, like in independent shows at clubs and all that. Like I never really was in at any club. I tried.
Oh, yeah?
I had a hard time getting in. I remember like, gosh, like this was like forever ago. I would like line up once a year to sign up for a comic strip audition.
Yeah.
And then like if that guy, I forgot his name, Richie or something.
Oh, no. Lucian was gone by then.
No, the really old guy.
Oh, Richie.
Yeah, the guy.
The original guy.
The Eddie Murphy guy.
The Eddie Murphy
That's
guy.
his claim to fame.
Right.
And if he liked you could come in for late night, which is like you come at like 10 on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you can do 5 minutes for people who are like, they're done watching the show.
Yeah.
But if they stay, they get free tickets or something.
Right.
And then there's 10 comedians doing 5, so it's 50 additional minutes. So
Oh.
like, so I remember like doing that, but then like you would always forget who I was, and then I lived in Brooklyn, so it was like really far away from me. So I was like, I can't do this, and so I was doing a lot of like indie shows when I was there,
Right.
And I felt like as long as I was getting stage time, like I still feel that way now. Like I didn't really care like if it was near a comedy club or if it's like a really well produced independent show. I didn't care. Like I just
Right.
wanted to get better, find my voice, find my audience. So
Right.
like, that was my attitude like the first 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
But you can do that in New York. You don't have to be. I think sometimes if you start in like I don't know, Minneapolis or something, you might have to be at the club because there's not a lot of places doing comedy. But
people were doing so many shows in so many different spots.
Yeah.
All around, and LA.
Yeah.
But
So
just
that was nice.
Yeah. That almost was like like the kind of like the deconstruction of the club scene again with the gatekeeper. It was like, well, you can try and get past at this club, or we can just going to do a show in my basement and have these people. I was saying the other night, I was with my family for Easter, and I was talking to my nephew, and we were talking about Stavros, and because he had just seen the film that he was in.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, he's doing great. I said, he's come a long way. He used to open for me.
Really?
Yeah, like way back.
Wait, he's like so dirty, isn't he?
He was so dirty.
Aren't you? You're like super clean.
He would kind of clean it up a little bit.
Okay.
He would still end with his going down on old ladies or something
Sure.
as his closer. But I just thought he was hilarious.
That's him cleaning
and I
it
just
up.
met him as he was just young and coming out of Maryland. And,
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, he's coming a long way since he opened for me. And he goes, he did a show in our basement of our apartment. There was like that same thing. They were in Brooklyn and they were just having a comedy night, and they asked him to come, and he did a show in 20 people and in this kind of made up club.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it was.
Those are fire. I mean, I remember my goal when I was a younger comedian was like, it wasn't like Cellar. It was like, I just wanted to do the Knitting Factory.
Right.
Hannibal Buress had that show, and then he gave it to some other people. And that, to me, that was like, if I can just get on that Sunday show, that's free, and you get paid like $20.
Right.
Like, if I could just get on that.
Yeah.
But I miss those days, Now, I think that venue has shut down. I don't think it exists anymore.
Oh, really?
All these places where I had like a lot of good memories are like gone.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is there still a scene? Is there still like a...
Now it's so interesting how comedy evolves. I'm only 12 years in, but now it's in New York, it's indie clubs.
Indie clubs.
So the same people that were running the really cool independent shows, they just rent a space or bought a place, and they just run it like a comedy club, but it's in Williamsburg, and they book kind of those kinds of comedians. So the model is the same as a New York comedy club or what have you, but it's just like they're just doing it in neighborhoods where there's like cool like younger people living.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and the vibe is a little bit different, but it's a club.
Right.
So they do that.
Yeah, it is really interesting. There's so many shows at the Cellar now, and they're opening another room.
Right, they bought the McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So there's 5 rooms now?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And that audience is going to be completely different from those Brooklyn audiences.
Right.
And then you go just 10 blocks, 20 blocks up to Gotham. That audience is completely different from the Cellar audience.
Yeah.
It's so strange how you could have these little pockets.
Yeah. Did you come up in New York?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. So but that's everybody's favorite part about New York is just a different audience. And you can go to Harlem if you want to. Go do a black room if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did all that.
Where are you living now?
I'm in West Hollywood.
How do you like this scene out here now?
It's cool. I mean, I think obviously like not as accessible as New York, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're in at like the Comedy Store or something. But, I think, even the way things are run in the scene is like so reflective of like New York versus LA.
Yeah.
Like New York, it's like, you want to audition at the Cellar? Like have somebody there refer you. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Have somebody SC Trust refer you. She'll give you 5 minutes. If it's good, it's good. If not, come back again later. Very straightforward. It's like, are you good? But, I think in LA, it's like not that straightforward. It's a little bit different. I'm not saying it's just good or bad. It's just different. And so it's been interesting to kind of like take that in. I've had a lot of like, people talk about like, I don't know if you're like a basketball fan, but people talk about the welcome to the NBA moment. You know what that is?
No.
It's when somebody goes from college to the NBA, and no matter how good they were in college, they have a welcome to the NBA moment because the NBA players are so good, and they've been playing. Some people have been playing 20 years. Like you have to play LeBron now, who
right.
He may be 40, but he just knows the game better than you because you're 19.
Yeah.
And so everybody has like a welcome to the NBA moment where they just get kind of embarrassed by
Right.
another player, and they might not even be a star. It could just be like some guy that you don't really play with on NBA 2K. You've never heard of this guy, but he's way
Right.
better than you.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple moments like I call it like welcome to the LA moments where like I've just been like, whoa, like this is some like LA thing, and I'm very out of my element right now. So
Like what? Like trying to get on the shows or?
I mean, I had some stuff with like agents and stuff that were weird.
Oh,
you
really?
know, like going behind my back about certain things, and I found out later, and I confront them, and they just deny. You know, just like little things like that. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna mention names, but like when I came here, I dropped my manager, and I was going to, and then I told my agents that I would just to give them a heads up.
Yeah.
And they like told him before I could. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then like the people that were like loyal to him just like left my team without saying anything. And I was like, I've just never experienced anything like that in my
Wow.
life. And
You're like-
I was like 31 and I was like new to agents and managers. And I was like, I'm like scared. Like,
You're
is this
like-
what it's like? You know?
Right. Welcome to LA.
Yeah, it was like
Right.
that was my first welcome to LA moment. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different. Yeah, well, it's not. There's more elements of the business than just the stand-up.
Yes.
You're just dealing with people. Like I remember early on saying to, having people try and get on shows at the Cellar, and they'd be like, "Oh, you know, he's on such and such show," and Esty would be like, "Oh, I don't care about that." What does that mean?
But I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
because it
There's
was just about.
No, I mean,
do I know them as a comic, and are they passed?
Yes, there's a guy there right now named Ethan Simmons Patterson. He's amazing. I think he's one of Esty's favorite. He's maybe a little bit younger than me. He doesn't even have Instagram. He's active like, don't follow me. He's so good. He has a fan account, and that's where they post his clips.
Oh, really?
But he's a full-time nurse or something. He's like really passionate about helping people.
Yeah.
And
I
he
met him.
he does that. I remember he was so good, and then he was like, I'm gonna take a little break because I'm gonna go to grad school for nursing. And he like did that, came back doing the Cellar, like, and he's happy.
Yeah.
But that's New York. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
The purity.
I'm the purity, and I'm not saying like, you know, obviously he's not as big as some of my other peers who are on TV now.
Sure.
You know, I used to do open mics with like Rachel Sennett. She's in movies.
Right.
So you can't compare these two. But I'm just saying like that attitude, not just comedy, that's New York as the city.
Yeah.
Like no matter if you're starting your own company, if you got an app, if you're working finance, it's like that grit I miss.
Yeah.
And I feel like it maybe because I'm an immigrant, I just relate with that sentiment. Like
Right.
the work. Like
You work, right.
The work. It's like I don't care about the branding. Like if you're a cook, is your food good?
Yeah.
It's gonna blow me away. Because if it's not, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing because it's purely about the work, and you want to keep focused, and you have to really keep blinders on.
Yeah.
Because there's so much distraction and injustice when you get to the part when you watch someone who sucks get really great, like get
Sure,
really
sure.
big things.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, it's just about the work. And then you're like, why is he driving around in a Bentley?
It's just about the work.
It's just about the work. It's just about the work.
Your car's getting towed. It's just about the work. It's about the work.
You can't afford Uber.
Yeah.
It's just about the work. It's just about the work.
But it's interesting here you talk about it because you've been in the game for so long, and like your peers are like legends now, right? And so like,
Yeah.
I mean, looking from above, like, does it just look like a bunch of children playing in the park? Like, are you all being stupid
it's-
or like?
I
what
mean,
is it?
it's fascinating because it's in a lot of ways it's different. In a lot of ways, it's exactly the same. And I mean, the one comforting thing is it's people that have been doing it longer than I have, or just people who are actors or whatever. The undercurrent of, am I doing enough? Am I growing enough? Am I getting better? That anxiety over those questions never goes away. So that's kind of calming. That you starting off with your open mics, that same anxiety is going to be present all the time.
Yeah.
You're not going to solve that. So that is kind of
That sounds awful.
it's not really, because it keeps you digging, it keeps you working, it keeps you. That is the joy of it.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
joy of it is the work.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
thing. All the rest of it will kind of take care of itself.
Yeah.
And it's so there's no it lessens the anxiety because it's not that you're doing something wrong, that you still feel like, am I doing enough?
Right.
Am I working hard enough? Am I writing enough? Am I
Yeah.
going up enough? Am I, those things are present because it's the engine that makes you create.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I've definitely seen this happen, and it's kind of crazy as like anybody who's under like 10 years, I would still kind of consider newish, you
Yeah.
know? And like, I remember like Ronnie Chang took me to like some like MTV Awards thing because he was in LA and he was there with like Roy, and I just was listening to them talk, just eavesdropping, being
Yeah.
nosy. And I remember like Roy Wood is like one of my favorite comedians. I think he's so smart, and I think like what he's doing is, I aspire to like that kind of style sometimes where like he is being goofy but also serious.
Yeah.
And he could do that because he's a dad and he's older and all these things. But anyways, to me he's like a
great.
success.
Yeah.
And I just heard him say something to Ronnie, be like, "Man, I gotta get like you. Like, I gotta be in the movies. Like having the conversations that I would with my friends.
Right.
I gotta post more like that, but elevated." And I was like, "Oh, like it never ends. Like this guy's on. It's not enough that he's on the Daily Show. Like it's not.
Never ends.
It's not about that. It just same problem, different level. Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no like kick back and be like, because I think creative people, I don't think you have that.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I also think, especially as comics, if you ever get to the point of, all right, I did it, I'm solid now.
Yeah.
I'll just tour with this hour forever. You're gonna just rot.
Yeah.
You're gonna be less relevant. You're not gonna be talking about things that people are interested in.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be have a little sparkle in your eyes of that people want to listen to. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't care, how are they gonna care?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I will say like the one good thing about the posting and stuff is I do feel like I feel the pressure to write more. And I didn't feel that as much before. And I'm doing it more because it's like, well, I'm going to post this joke so I can have another one.
Right.
So that if they
So what's
know
the
this
shelf life when you think about it in terms of material that like of having a joke that, like, if you were to do a special, it's going to be a couple of years before, before you would actually record it.
I mean,
is it just like a joke that, all right, that one's really funny and that hit tonight, so I'm going to post it.
Because I feel like my philosophy again is even if it goes viral, there's so many people who haven't seen that one.
Right.
There might be some people at the show who've seen it, but and so if let's just say 10% of people have seen that joke, but if 90% didn't, why not do the joke? You know? So I think if you put out a special, it would be gone. I have not done that before. Hope to in the future, but like clips, I'm like, meh. It's like I'm trying to just get over that mentally. It's like people, and sometimes
it's almost like it's a weird thing because you're putting it in front of potentially hundreds of thousands of people, but you're doing it in front of 20 people. But so like what I mean? Like it's almost like letting people on social media see your process of growing as a comic.
Yeah.
And here's a joke. And I did this one at the store last night, and here it is. And if it's almost, it's like, because it's on a screen and it's your face and it's going to be up there.
Yeah.
It's almost like, why do we treat it as precious as like doing a Tonight Show set or doing, does that make sense? Like,
so you're saying like being like less precious with your material in general?
Or just less precious about what you're putting out there. Like when I was starting, it was like somebody had to say, you're good enough to do Comedy Central half hour. We're going to approve that half hour is good enough, and then we're going to put it on there. And that is going to be the jokes that you chose and you worked on for all of this time, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And because it's the same thing, you're looking at a screen and seeing the same thing. I still in my mind carry it as it's got to be so good. It has to go through that whole process before it is sent out there to the world. Yeah. But does it?
No,
really?
I put up jokes on there and now they're different, Like it's like, same premise, but I found a different way in, or like it.
And maybe that's the way to think of it, is it's just part of the process. It's like,
I think so. It's
you
good.
get to watch me as a comic.
Yeah.
In every iteration of it.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of like coming to a show every couple months and be like, oh, that joke is different now.
Right, right.
It's good and sad because from that, what you just worded it very beautifully. But I think the sad part is it's just people just don't remember. They're just, they're just endlessly scrolling, and it's just that culture,
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I went viral. It's like, but what was that again?
I was backstage at the Comedy Store, and someone was talking about doing a special, and then somebody else said, "Well, you're just gonna chop it up for clips anyway, and put it out on social media after the special comes out for the next couple of years. You're just gonna be releasing it in clips." And there was a comic, and she said, "I'm not in this for the clips."
Oh,
The
that's
opposite.
good.
The opposite. I'm just thinking of it now. The opposite of what that kid said at the Cellar.
Yeah.
And she was thinking of, no, I'm making an album.
Yeah.
I'm doing this big thing.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of it in how we're gonna then cut it to pieces.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's almost like you're showing people the process, but you also want them to see the end result as a different thing.
And it's interesting because I think certain comedy styles lend itself to clips more. Like if you're like a Mark Norman style, it's like the clip, that medium is like made for you.
Right.
But not everyone is like that. Some
You're
people
right.
do stories, or it's like, oh man, this is really funny, but it's like you had to have heard the other joke first, and that's like you can't make a 5-minute clip,
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like taught me to like I've tried to write shorter jokes and stuff, but that's cool. Just like trying new things is cool, but I also like. I'm not changing for Mark Zuckerberg. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I was just going to ask. Like, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, is the medium can't control what you do as an artist?
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
So I always try to keep that in mind. It's like, why am I?
Yeah.
Did I do this to impress?
To please
Mark
an algorithm I don't understand.
They don't even understand it. Yeah. It's so weird.
Well, that's good that you're sticking to it though, because there's really good comics that are still doing it. I mean, part of me when I was like talking to that club owner, I was like, well, is the type of comedy that I and my peers do, is that going to be jazz? Is that going to be like it was really hot at one time and now is only played at Lincoln Center?
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be that form of like being a storyteller and telling these crafted jokes? Will that be
and then what
jazz?
You're saying pop music is this?
And
What's
then,
up, guys? Like this is,
right. And crowd work and just doing stuff from your phone.
Yeah.
Is
well, I like to think that like storytelling, obviously it's gone through different mediums, but like I'm sure cavemen told stories too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
you're
so
right.
like that in itself
Go
doesn't
away.
need to change. And so
Right.
like like no matter how bad our attention span is, it's like, hey, we're sitting here right now. If you told me a really great story, I would still enjoy it very much.
Right.
Because we're not doing this. And so like I don't think that's very human nature to hear a story. We like stories.
Right, yeah.
And so I don't think that's gonna go away.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Yeah.
we won't be jazz.
Yeah. Jazz is pretty cool.
Yeah. You a big jazz guy?
I like jazz. Yeah.
Did you ever go to the Blue Note when you're in New York, across the street?
I've never been in the Blue Note.
Wow.
No. Like New York, it's like
That's the one.
whenever people come to town, they're like, where should we go eat? And I'm like, I don't know, the Olive Tree upstairs from the Comedy Cellar. Like, I don't do restaurants. I do clubs.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
do.
yeah.
I only know the comedy clubs and the food that's
hilarious.
provided
That's
there.
right. But they have good food there. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's really improved. Where you came out here to write, right? That was the thing.
I was writing for the Late Late Show with James Corden
Right.
for like a little over a year.
Yeah. How was that?
It was fun. It was like my first big boy writing job.
How'd you get it?
Just submitted a packet.
Really?
Yep. It was during COVID. My first 4 or 5 months was like remote. I was still living in New York.
Oh,
I
wow.
was very hesitant to move here, but I did. I met some great people. I learned a lot. I feel like late night is like comedy grad school.
Yeah.
So I learned like a lot.
Yeah.
And there's also like, like writing for another person is also another skill. Is
Yeah.
what I realize. I will be happy to admit I'm maybe not even be the best at that, like unless like our voices kind of overlap,
Mm-hmm.
There's some I met writers who are not stand-ups who are like mercenaries. Like I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones, but you know those people who like, you know that guy that doesn't have a penis? Like,
Yeah.
what's his name? The worm guy?
Yeah.
He like fights for whoever has the thing. There's a lot of writers like that who like, I can just write jokes.
Yeah.
And they're like neutral jokes. So you can paint them however you like in your voice, you know?
Right.
I think as stand-ups, like, my whole mission coming up was like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? What's your voice? And so it's like.
For yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like, I think if our voices are similar, then like I could be of great service. But if you're like different, then like I think like award show writing, it's like,
Yeah.
if it's somebody I like, if we vibe, I think it's cool. But like, I don't think I could like write for like some random guy, you know? But there's a lot of writers who can write for a random guy. And I learned, and I saw that and I was very impressed. It's like, oh wow,
it's a
you guys
different
are like,
skill.
are chameleons. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And there's more work for people like that for sure.
Right. Are you writing now on something?
Not right now. I was in a room like I think when I was opening for you. I didn't tell you this, but I was in a room when I was opening for you, and I forget what month was that, like April, May, or something.
Yeah, I think it was spring.
I like lied, and I like lied to get out of a day so I can go to Hawaii.
So
with
you go to Hawaii?
I said I was sick, and then I remember being in Hawaii trying not to get tan because I didn't want to get questioned on Monday, and I was applying sunscreen like crazy, and I was like, yeah, let's just like stay inside, you know.
That's why you were in a strip club.
Yeah. That's the only reason I got. I couldn't go to the beach.
That's
I was
funny.
lying to get out of my job.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no, that's how you met. That's how much the opportunity meant to me, you know. And then I went up there and I ruined it because I insulted your
You
audience.
didn't.
Being like,
It
you
was
old
very
ass.
funny. It was very funny. I don't mean that. I felt bad because I'm like, oh, I think he thought this was going to be cooler.
No. This is very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah. Right, so, do you want to create? What's with your friends and
What's with my friends?
with your friends who are out here like hustling? How many are getting in rooms now, or is that gotten a lot smaller target?
Yeah, I have a couple friends who are like booking stuff back to back, but most of them are like they get a thing. They're probably unemployed for like a year or two. I mean,
Right.
some of my friends from the Late Late Show, like a couple of them have gotten stuff, but a lot of them who I thought were great,
Yeah.
in the room, nothing.
Because there's fewer jobs.
I think so.
Yeah. They're feeling the
So-
impact of that. Like it's
Yeah, I think so.
just anecdotally. I ask because you're friends, because you've got young people hustling. From the outside, it seems like there's just fewer opportunities. For
Sure.
it.
And as you know, I think like it's not. I mean, I don't think stand-up is 100% meritocracy, but if you're very funny and you can put your stuff up there, people will notice you. I think
Yeah.
with writing, I think like, when I got this job last time, like I like my pilot. It's about Asian people in the Civil War. Check me out.
Nice.
Those are real people. But I feel like everybody has a funny pilot, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're serious, like I bet everybody's pilot's great, but I got lucky. Like some person just picked up my script and read it, gave it to the people who were in charge, and they gave me an interview. But like so many times I don't get jobs. It's like they just
Yeah.
didn't pick up my script. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And they just kind of hire their friends or like, so like I think the goal is to like meet someone in every room that you vibe with who could maybe give you like another opportunity.
That's all. That's the
Obviously
whole way.
doesn't- Yeah, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think like TV writing was cool, and obviously the money's crazy, but like I'm 12 years in. I'm 36. I think when you first start comedy, people are like, you gotta do everything, act, write, podcast, and I did that for so long.
Yeah.
And I've always felt like stand up was like it was my favorite, but it was always back burner because I wasn't making a lot of money. So
Right.
it's like I would write a lot, but I was writing like TV pitch ideas and stuff, and I was always doing stand up last. And I don't know how I still even made it this far with doing it last. And this year I'm like, I don't want it to be last. I want it to be first. And
Yeah.
I made a lot of money last year, so I was like, can I just make it my first this year and just see what happens? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, and I'm really just enjoying the process, and I'm making no money, but it's like it's cool. Like it's very.
You made a lot
fun.
of money last year
Oh,
off
from the
stand
room,
up.
from the room.
Oh, from the room.
Yeah. I did make a decent amount doing stand up. Yeah, I'm super into personal finance too, so I like tag all my stuff, and I know how much money I made in every city.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because like I think when you're at my level, I'm just like always like, I don't know if you do this. You probably don't because you're already very successful. But when I get gigs, I like read over the contract, and I question every expense, and I'm like, why is this $500? Like we're doing a 4 p.m. show in Philly. Like, is it cost $500 for operation costs when
Right.
there's 2 shows after me? Like, you're already gonna be here. You know, like I'll question.
Really?
I think my agents
I
think it's
wasn't
annoying,
smart enough to do that.
but I'm like, I'm always coming from like, you're screwing me over.
Yes.
I've trust issues with everything, and
Yeah.
so I'm always like, I don't trust anyone but me and my family. So like, you know, so I look over everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's like San Diego. I don't need a hotel. I'll drive back. You know what I mean?
And then
Like,
do you ever make headway on that stuff? Like,
it's just I just get clarity on what it is.
Right.
You know, I mean, like recently I've been thinking about, you know, when they're like $350 for advertising, it's like, are you using a $350? Can I just have that and I'll do Facebook Facebook ads on my own.
Yeah,
Like, I'll do
yeah.
that. Like, so I might start doing stuff like that. But then it's like, this is like I don't even want to call it business. It's just I can't let go of certain things. I just always feel like I'm getting got. And
Right.
So like I'm like a control freak with stuff. And
it's
so,
smart though. There's so much wiggle room in this business.
I could be writing,
I remember,
but I'm learning Facebook ads. You know?
no, but it's important. I did a show years and years ago in Amsterdam, and my wife and I were just dating. She was a comic too, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, and we were doing this show over there, and Kevin Hart was on the show, a very young Kevin Hart. And, you know, they come out, we're in Amsterdam, and they're like, okay, you signed this for a TV show in Amsterdam. And they're like, here's the contract. And I was like, signed, and gave it to my wife, signed. And then Kevin sat there with the contract and was reading through it and asking questions, and next page, and then calling his agent and then asking questions. And he went through that thing for like a half hour. And Cynthia and I were like, he's going to be very successful. He's playing a different game than we are.
Meanwhile, they're like, we own your kids now. by the way.
We're on TV in Amsterdam. Where are we going
Yeah.
to drink after this? And Kevin went through that whole thing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lawyer, but recently I might have like a podcast in production, so we had to do some contract stuff and had to get a lawyer, and they sent me something for signature. And because I didn't know when a lawyer sends you something on your team, it's like ready to be signed. I didn't know that. So I like read it,
Reopened it.
and then like also had AI read it and was like, hey, should we worry about these things or whatever? And they're like, oh no, when we send it to you, you can just sign it or whatever. Like they thought I was being like ridiculous, but it's like,
Yeah.
but see, I can't even trust a lawyer.
Right.
I didn't even go to law school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like
he's on my side.
Yeah, they're on my side. Yeah,
Yeah.
I should probably see a therapist about this. You know?
Yeah. I'm talking to this guy who I knew for years ago, and he's always like coming up with little business ideas, and he wants to, he was like, what about animating some, like your old stand-up? And I thought, oh, that'd be funny. You know, like it's stuff that's, you know, 25 years old. It'd be funny to see an animation of my telling the joke about baking bread or whatever. But then when he stepped back was obviously an AI version of me doing stand-up with a microphone.
Like a cartoon style, like Family Guy, like that kind of style.
Yeah, but AI, like very AI looking. And like I really don't want AI anywhere near my creative life.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's not why you do it. It's not to crank stuff out. It's to explore and mine and do all that stuff. The reason we do it. And just seeing like an AI version of me spitting these jokes out, like with this crazy AI face, I was like, no.
Yeah.
This isn't the thing.
It
Like,
feels wrong.
yeah. Like to have a young animator make it and like animate the bread thing as a little narration. My voice is the narration for that thing.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that. But I see where he's coming from. It's easy for him to just put it in and ask AI to make it.
Yeah.
But that's not
People are, like designers are doing now. I just asked this company to like help me make some merch stuff, and I sent them some like inspiration I found on Pinterest, and I was like, can I just do something like this, but like instead of this woman, it's me, and like make him have like the white hair because that's like my thing or whatever. And like what he sent back was like clearly AI, and it's like not bad, but if I can tell it's AI, I don't know what it is. I'm not even like super anti AI, but I was like, I don't feel like it's worth anything.
No,
you know, like to me
no.
the worth comes from like, oh, somebody drew this. And, and
there's
it's
an
nice.
intangible there. There's a soul behind it.
Yeah, the
And
soul.
No one's going to be able to nail down exactly what that is and why we can recognize it.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
My father was playing blues from an AI. Like he loves music, and he was playing this artist from an AI artist singing the blues, and everybody was like, "Ew." And he was like, "What? It's pretty good." And everyone was like, "No, Grandpa, that's terrible. There's no," and nobody could say it out. No one could identify it, but it was lacking humanity. It really was. Like it was hitting the notes, and it was a blues voice, and it was the thing, and it was coming up with lyrics that were blues lyrics.
Right.
But it was
That is like, even to just demo that feels gross to me. Just
Yeah.
because of like, what is the blues, right? Like, where did it come from? Like, just the history.
Right, exactly.
It feels just kind of like, and I'm not even trying to be like super like woke or whatever. Just
No,
like,
but it's
It's
real.
just like, there's just, everything has context. Every art form has context. And I think that's what makes it special.
right.
It doesn't even have to be a painful context. It could just be whatever, but it's like
The roots.
But it's sort of just like, yeah, it's like, what's the whole point is that it takes years to write this stuff because you have to really process it within you. And like,
Yeah.
if you make it in 3 seconds, it's like, that's like not the point of the blues.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. On my radio show, on the Netflix show, my producer will create like stupid jingles. Like we have a thing like, Tom's Tech Tips where I just complain about technology.
Yeah.
And he made up he had AI make a stupid song about me. And it's kind of funny in a radio context, like of calling out my stupid shit that I say.
Yeah.
And it's just like a 2-minute clip of he's using it to mess with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason, that one doesn't bother me.
Because jingles, I think jingle writers, they're gone.
They're gone.
Because I think anything that never had soul to begin with,
Right.
jingle writers, copywriters for like banks, gone. There was never soul to begin with. They don't need you.
Right.
You don't need your little degree from Miami ad school. They don't need that. Gone.
You're
But,
right.
like, novels, like,
Right.
just thinking about like, this was like a hit, like, I don't know, 5-7 years ago. But there's a popular book called Pachinko. Have you heard of that?
I have heard of that.
It's like it was written by Min Lee Jin, and it took her 30 years to write the book.
Whoa.
But it's about this Korean woman. It starts out like during Japanese occupation of Korea. It just follows this lady from when she moves from there to Japan and the discrimination that she faces there as a Korean person living in Japan, and her kids lie about being Korean because they want to fit in with Japanese kids. But she did like a ton of research. She went to Japan, talked to these like Korean people there, and it's all there. And it's like, it is such a moving book. you know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of books like this, obviously, but it's like, I don't know. Could AI write that? No. And then it's like, and if it can, then it's like, I forget who I was talking to this. I was talking to like a TV writer about this. I forget who it was. He was saying like, if the day AI can write something like that can make you cry, that means the AI can feel like humans. It can feel something. And then it's a conversation of like, oh, is AI slavery now? Because they've gotten to this level where they can feel actual pain and they don't like it.
So when you're mean to them, they're gonna feel it.
Right. If they get to that level where they can write something like that, so then it becomes a conversation about something else.
Consciousness or
Yes.
Right,
and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So it's like, it can't do it, but when it can, it's a different problem.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that is interesting. Yeah, I was writing a thing about AI versus humanity. And it was like, they'll never know what it's like to have to try on a bathing suit after the winter in a department store under fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't fake that. Like there's that feeling is there's a myriad, that's even too small of a word, of experiences that they'll never know. They can mimic it and say it off of hearing this podcast and they'll clock that's a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
When you said that, I pictured like, I don't know, 20 years from now when like AIs and robots, and maybe there's some sort of conflict between humans and AI. Maybe humans discriminate against robots or whatever.
Yeah.
And I could see some conservative human being like, you'll just never know what it's like to overeat after Thanksgiving and put on your pants. Like, you'll never have that. Like that's the thing we have against them. That's the thing that we have.
Just being gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to. I mean, we'll see. I'm sure there's AI comics that people are posting, or AI musicians like my father was listening to. I think we're far away from that.
Do you think? I think AI as a comedian is hard, but do you think? Because I still think a lot of comedy is not what the joke is; it's who's saying it. So, do you think we'll get to a point where AI can get good enough that it's not funny if I read it off the screen, but it's funny if Kevin Hart read it?
Right.
You know, could we get there? And if we get there, do we even need writers? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because that seems more plausible to me because, and I only say that because, you know, whether it's late night or award shows or whatever, it's not like every joke is a knee slapper.
Yeah.
But we laugh because we love Conan. We
Right.
love Conan.
Right.
Right. So
And him saying it.
him saying it is funny. He can Conan-fy it.
Right.
So I wonder if he can, and essentially that's what he's doing anyways. When guys like me and you pitch, if you were writing for him, he would make it his own anyways. So I wonder, you know, if is that a possibility? It's about who's saying it.
Yeah, like he could write the scripts, but we're not going to watch AI actors.
Act in it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Scary.
I know. What's even scarier is that we're probably going to have the answers like by next week. Like,
You text me, Fumi, I got it. Yeah.
like it's happening so fast. It's going so quickly. Like you don't even have a grip on like, what do you tell people? Like, what do you tell young people of where to go get work or what to, you know, it's happening so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in the last 2 years, AI used to suck. When ChatGPT first came out, it was truly like Google 2.0.
Yeah.
You know, you could do a little faster.
Still gets a lot of shit wrong though.
Yeah.
Still gets a lot of stuff wrong.
Yeah.
In Claude, in its philosophy brain, it has a little thing at the bottom that says, you know, I get a lot of things wrong. It's always good to double check.
It's a nice little humility.
Yeah,
That's nice.
a little
That's
humility.
Like a
Also, no liability if you go make your own car and drive off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Too much. So are you going to stick in LA, you think?
Dude, I'm like kind of talking about this with my girlfriend right now, but like I might move back.
Where's she?
She's here with me, but she got a job in San Jose, so she goes there every other week for 3 days. She has like a hybrid deal.
Got it.
But it's like a startup, so like this job will not last forever because they either run out of money or they sell.
Right.
And she's out either way, so she can't like really move with me. But she's very adamant on staying because she likes her life here.
Yeah,
I like my life here too.
If you're into life. If you're into like life, it's a pretty good play. I don't know as a comic, but as a life.
Yeah. But you know, I think as you get older, like I'm sure you did this in your 20s too, but I just sacrificed everything for a little bit of stage time.
Yeah.
And I lost a lot of friends. I didn't go to like some of my best friends' weddings because I was doing like some NBC showcase that nothing ever happened after that, you know, like just, and in retrospect it's like, who cares about that showcase? Like, it's not one thing in comedy. It's
but
like,
you got to do it when you're starting. You got to.
And I did do it, and I don't regret it, but I can own the consequences of that, right? Like, I don't have like.
There's a couple I'm not proud of.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think in my 30s, I just said like, look, I'm always gonna do comedy, but there are times where I want to prioritize like my life, my happiness, my partner, like. Because that stuff is, to me, it's all related, you know? The happier I am, the more comfortable I am, the more I can think about comedy. Because if I'm worried about other stuff, I can't even think about writing because I'm worried about other stuff, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, a lot of it, I think, is panic and fear, you know, of like, if I'm not doing these things, then I'm never going to make it or I'm never going to do these things. I was thinking the other night, because I was looking at Sheng Wang's new special.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. And we don't cross paths all that often, but the last time I saw him was like maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago at the Comedy Magic Club. And he was really just having this quiet moment of like, I don't know, like what's the point of like just doing, like you have to like do these shows every night and write and just to get to this, like he was talking about the hamster wheel of it all.
Yeah.
And he was just, and I really felt like, oh, this is a guy that might quit or might just like not care if doing less means you get less.
Yeah.
And now he's blown up.
Yeah.
Like he's got these specials and really good audiences and all.
Yeah.
And I'd really be interested to ask him about that. Like what was the shift, and did you maintain it or did you push a little harder?
I think the shift was Ali Wong said, "Let me produce a special for you." Yeah, I would like that shift as well.
Yeah, did you just complain to Ali and she's like, "No, I'll take care of it"?
Maybe that was his pitch, and he was hoping you'd be like, "Let me produce a special for you." But it didn't
Maybe
work.
he did that all around town.
He did it like at
I'm
the
such a
Comedy
sucker.
Store.
I'm such a sucker. How can I help him out?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. No, but I mean, I do think there's a real value to going really hard, especially when you're young and figuring it out. Because here's the as you know, you're 12 in, you know that there was no shortcut to getting to 12 in. Like to get to the point where you feel comfortable on stage, you have to literally physically be on stage that many times.
Yep.
Short of that, you don't get there.
And every single one counted in a weird way.
Right.
You don't think about that. You know?
Right. Every one.
It really wasn't so many shows. I was like, this is a waste of time, but it kind of wasn't. In a weird
No,
way.
you still felt it, whatever you did on the way there, and whatever happened when you were there, and then analyzing it on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all really, really matters, and you have to skip a lot of dinners and leave your girlfriend at the table with their friends.
Yeah.
You gotta go catch a show.
I'm really feeling that one. Yeah.
My worst one was I was asked to be the godfather of my friend's baby, and my wife had to stand in for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Opening for Seinfeld.
You gotta though.
Right?
You gotta though. Hey, I left my job for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
we do all these things. You gotta. Sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you got to.
Sometimes you gotta.
I know. I feel bad about that one though.
Yeah. But
It's all right to feel a little bad about what you've done.
yeah, but it's not just comedians. People who are like, I think anyone like starting their own company, right? Like, I'm sure. We're making fun of Zuckerberg, but I'm sure in the earlier days, like, he had to just pour everything into it, and that's why he is the man that he is. Like, Meta is as big as it is, because he put everything into it.
Let me ask you one last tech question. I was at the lounge on Sunday flying home, and there was a guy at a table. It's like in the food area, and he was at the table with looked like the Apple.
Oh, those what's it called? The eye vision or something?
Yeah,
Apple Vision.
Yeah, like the Oculus kind of Apple version of it. And he was just there, and he was doing something, and then he must have clicked it off because he saw where the server was, and talked to her. Never took them off, and did the whole thing. And I was like, is that a blind person that's like helping? Like, is this helping some kind of issue,
like a
or is
visual
he he just checked out and I'm in a public place and this is how I live?
I think he's being a little bit performative, if I'm being completely honest. Because the real story behind those things is like, it's not making Apple any money. It was a stunt to be like, look at Apple, we're making cool shit. Like, that's all
really?
it was. It's not. It's stupid. No one's actually buying it.
Oh.
It's not gonna be a thing, right? So everyone, if you're buying that, you know this. So I think he was just being performative. Like, look at me, I got this cool gadget. And I'm not even gonna take it off. I doubt that he's so into it that he forgot to take it. You can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's huge.
Yeah. It's so big.
You cannot forget
it's
that.
It's like a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
And you're in the lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's showing up. I mean, in the way that to me, it's like the Cybertruck for your eyes. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the same thing. You know what it is. You can't wash your car, whatever. I see it. You know what I mean? It doesn't fit the thing.
Right.
Whatever, you're showing
That's
off.
funny. The Cybertruck for your eyes.
Yeah. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Is there anything we can plug for you?
Oh my gosh, yes. I am, I don't know when this comes out, but I'm starting my tour next week. I'm actually going to Hawaii.
Oh, you are?
Yes, not
You're
the
going
theater, but
back.
I'm doing the Blue Note.
Ooh, that's a good gig.
Yeah, so I'm going to Seattle, Portland, Hawaii all next week. That's April 15th, 16th, 17th. And I'm doing
Nice.
a whole bunch of other cities. I don't know, San Francisco, Sacramento, Columbus, Ohio.
Because
Cincinnati.
comedy's first.
Comedy's first. I'm going all over. So if you thought I was cool,
That's great.
and nice,
Well, you're
please.
very funny, and really, that's
me
why I
out.
asked you here. It's
Thanks for having me. It's
you're
nice to
really
see you
funny.
again.
I know you're going to do a lot of great stuff, and come back anytime.
thank you so much.
All right, enjoy the bread.
I will. I can't wait.
I hope it's good.